is a serious message for those of you who were born in the United States, your grandparents and your great-grandparents, and as far back as you can remember, your people were born in the United States, and you have no relatives that you know of for a fact that are from other countries. I need you to listen up. And also those of you that have not declared your indigeneity to the U.S., I need you to listen as well. In light of everything that's going on in the United States with birthright citizenship, immigration, people being deported, a lot of you feel secure that you're not going to be sent anywhere. Don't allow yourself to get so relaxed and comfortable to where you think that you're untouchable and nothing's going to happen to you. Like, be proactive and make sure that you're good in the event something pops up and they try to come at you. Why is that? Many of you are familiar with the Dred Scott case, and I'm sure there are many of you that are not familiar with it. So let's go over it briefly. Dred Scott was enslaved, and he had a wife, and they had a family. And he and his wife were moved from the state they were enslaved in, which was St. Louis, and they were moved to Illinois, which was a free state. From there, they went to another free state. So Dred Scott and his wife, they actually argued that, hey, look, we have been living in free states, so we should be free. So they went to court to secure their freedom. Dred Scott and his wife Harriet argued that their time in the free states and territories had already granted them freedom from slavery. And guess what? This argument actually agreed with the once free, always free policy that prevailed in many of the U.S. states, and they were granted their freedom. And then Roger Taney entered their lives, and he clearly stated so-called black people are not included and were not intended to be included under the word citizens in the Constitution. And therefore, their claim for freedom, their rights for freedom, are hereby revoked because they were not going to be granted the same privileges and rights that so-called white citizens were going to be granted. So it was overruled, and they returned back to slavery. Led by Taney, the court decided that Congress never should have had the legal power to approve or deny slavery in territories in the first place. They also ruled that African Americans couldn't sue in federal courts in the United States. And this is the part I really need you to listen if you call yourself an African American, because that Supreme Court also ruled that African Americans were not and could never be United States citizens. So if you're calling yourself an African American and you know good and well you don't have any relatives outside of the United States, that you might need to brace yourself for deportation, okay? Because you're calling yourself by a prisoner of war term, and this administration is going wild. They're looking for everybody they can possibly find to kick out, to deport from the U.S., okay? And when you call yourself an African or African American, you're basically letting them know that, hey, yes, I'm a foreigner in the U.S., so come and deport me. I mean, it is what it is. You are admitting that you are these prisoner of war terms, and they're going to do with you as they please. They're going to put your butt out. They're going to deport you. And it's just that simple. Especially if you know you're not an African, the last thing you need is for the Trump administration and ICE to be coming at you talking about, oh, yeah, hey, you're here illegally and you got to go. Because your ass gonna get a ticket straight to Africa. Probably in a straitjacket. If you know, you know. So stop playing. Put your affairs in order before it's too late. Let me tell you, I bet you they're going to try that on them people in the hood, okay? They're probably going to try to dump them in Africa because, I mean, this is the history of what they have done throughout the years is dump people from America in Africa. They're undesirables, just like Britain did with their undesirable Caucasoids. And as far as I understand, this rule is still on the books. And you see clearly what Trump is doing right now. So don't get yourself deported is all I'm saying by calling yourself an African American when you're actually really, truly indigenous to America. I'm just saying.